going to live stream. So, all right, everyone, welcome, welcome. So we are broadcasting live. Hi, Holly, welcome, welcome in, everyone. My name is Angeline Constantidou, and I am hosting my first live launch Zoom tonight. So right now we are broadcasting live in my private Facebook group, and I'm really super happy and blessed to be here tonight with all of you ladies. So I just want to share a quick story on why I wanted you to be one of the first people to hear what I am, what I embarked on a few weeks ago. So Dawn and I have been connected on Facebook, I think for a couple of years, for 2 to 3 years, and I've watched her journey, and her journey is really really amazing because she and I share the same passion and vision, and I know that Dawn was going through a lot of things in her life personally, but the last month or two I've seen her life transform. And I remember when she reached out to me about a couple of months ago about what we're going to be talking about tonight, Girl Power Alliance. And when she mentioned Girl Power Alliance, I was like, oh my God, I need to know more about, what this community is all about, because, you know, uh, uh, some events in my life happened that didn't transpire, didn't work out, but that doesn't mean you quit. That means you keep moving forward. And that means it only means that it wasn't meant to work out. So I had to pivot. So when Dawn reached out to me and she told me it was Girl Power Alliance, I said, I've been subscribing to their email list for 2 years. It was like, oh my God. I said, I can't believe this. I was like, I'm sweating right now. But anyway, so lo and behold, next thing you know, I meet Natalie. So Natalie Lawson is one of the founding ambassadors. And Natalie and I and Dawn, we talked, and I said I must come on board. And I remember meeting with Molly, who is the co-founder of Girl Power Alliance. And I know that when we've been on Zoom, something just happened. Just something amazing happened. And I could feel the Holy Spirit and God just working through me. You know how it is, like the Spirit flows through you and everything. And I said, you know what? I said, this is what I want to do. This is because I've been looking for a community of support. And also, Natalie is, I'm going to introduce Natalie in a minute, but I want you to see what we have here in the community, because there's so much support there, right? There's so much support, and I found true leadership here, a group of God-fearing women, you know, willing to unite. There's no competition here in the kingdom whatsoever. Unlike what you see, because I've been in the network marketing space for a few years, and things will go well for a while, and then all of a sudden you see that it's becoming cutthroat and women are competing against each other, and that part doesn't resonate with me. So this community is truly amazing. There's great leadership here, and I am looking forward, to being a certified life coach, because my passion is to help women rediscover themselves and move into ownership of their lives. So when I partnered, I feel I've always been, God, just, very God fearing, but I've always believed in God. But when I found this community, and lo and behold, I was subscribing to their email list for 2 years, it just totally changed my life. So I've seen a lot of changes in myself, especially in the last month, and I'm looking forward to this amazing journey. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Natalie Lawson here. She is one of the founding ambassadors of Girl Power Alliance, and she is going to show you, this is going to be, I'm really excited for Natalie to um, present what Girl Power Alliance is all about. So what I'm going to do is I have to do something first. Okay, there you are. Okay. All right. So Natalie, what I'm going to do is let me share my screen and we will get started.
Sounds good. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you guys a heads up. My video and technical difficulties are lagging a little bit, but I wanted you to at least be able to see me, and hopefully you guys can hear it, even if my lips seem off.
Okay.
But I'm just like in awe, actually, Angeline. I didn't know that you've been subscribing to them for 2 years. So I just think that's so cool how the Holy Spirit works, and why it's also important that you never know, like Dawn, like you never know how your destiny or your yes, right, is going to also lead to someone else being able to step into their calling. And so it's just so cool to see that, because Dawn said yes. And then even though you had known about them for 2 years, you were able to be able to get started here. So I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys tonight, like she said. And again, if Angeline, feel free to interrupt me if anything seems to, if you guys can't hear me at all, we'll make it work. But
okay, so let me share, because okay, here we go.
She's gonna screen share here in a minute for you ladies. And one of the things that has been just really amazing for me, and I'll just share with you a little bit about my background, is I've been in online marketing space for 10 plus years. I'm also a teacher by trade. I definitely love education. And, but then really just became very passionate about the entrepreneurial space. And really God highlighted to me hugely that if I could be talking about products or services or opportunities or anything like that, I could also talk about him. And so that really led me into just pursuing more of God and partnering with God in business. And that became a huge passion for me, to be able to help other women partner with God as well in their own business and their own life, and really grow spiritually, personally, and professionally. And so along that journey 2 years ago, I actually had the honor of meeting Michelle Schaefer, who is the founder of Girl Power Alliance. And she showed me, or actually called me, so she didn't show me anything at that time, called me and laid out this vision of Girl Power Alliance. And I was immediately like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I feel like this is also what God has been speaking to me. And so many other women since then have been having that similar vision. So I'm just seeing so many women come and get aligned here and get equipped for their calling and be able to gain the resources that they are needing. And so I became, and my sister, we were one of their course contributors. And then we just connected with them for the last 2 years as well. I also became a member, and I went through their Biblical Marriage Bliss course. I did Radiant Leadership Academy. So we're going to be talking to you a little bit about what all do we have here. And then in January of 2021, she connects with me again and says and explains her vision for also wanting to continue to impact the kingdom and impact women in a way where they could also create more financial freedom. And I truly believe in I've been able to live leveraged for the past several years through building a residual and passive income. And so I knew how important and how special that could be for families to get out of debt and to be able to start pursuing their God-sized dreams that God has for them, and to step more into the calling. And I believe we are really becoming that Acts 2 church, and women have an incredible way to be a part of that. And so that's when I became quickly, as soon as she explained that vision. And again, I'll share a little bit more deeper in that, but I became on the field advisory board and then founding ambassador here at GPA. So really just been honored of all the women I've been able to get to meet, and just the breakthroughs I'm seeing women have. I've been a part of a lot of different programs, worked with a lot of different mentors. I do coaching and things myself, and I've never seen the amount of transformation and breakthroughs that women are having, and just the excitement and the belief, the confidence that women are having. And Michelle, if you want to go ahead and screen share, I'll actually show you guys so you can kind of have a visual at least of what our founders look like. So go ahead and you can open up the slides if you have them, Angeline.
Yes, let me just see. Now, can you see them?
Yes, and you just hit slideshow. then that should work.
Okay, let me just, so.
Perfect. Yeah. So Girl Power Alliance, like where women grow. And so if you want to go on, and I'll just kind of help you go. So our mission, right? And I was kind of sharing that, but it really is we want to impact the world. And God shared with Michelle, like really what became her vision for here was that he said that, and this was right before COVID hit. It was around end of 2019. And he told her that there's going to be a massive shift in the church and that women were going to be a catalyst for the new, basically like a revival in the kingdom. And I firmly believe that like, this is an Esther season. I love to hear if anybody has been feeling like a calling on your heart, that like he's tugging on you, that Holy Spirit. But I really do believe that we are called for such a time as this. And so we really want to impact women and empower women to be able to dream bigger, to be able to create and build wealth through kingdom-minded mentoring and leadership, but to also be equipped for your calling through Christ-centered resources. So everything that you see inside of Girl Power Alliance is going to be just that. Christ-centered resources for women. And so I love this verse. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as if working for the Lord. And we want you to be able to have the mentorship and the resources, the coaching, the things that you need to be able to continue to walk boldly in what he's calling you to. So you can go to the next slide if you want. And then, like we said, our vision, we really want to bring financial freedom. So we are a global organization. We are launched in several countries already. And that's the beauty of it too, is that it is digital. And we are even translating in other languages right now, which is really, really beautiful. And we're even getting ready to do a massive launch in Brazil. Our founder got to meet even with the president, of Brazil, and went to a huge conference there. And the women cannot wait for this to come. And that, how incredible is that? So I'm just very, very excited for what is coming and just how this vision is continuing to expand and grow. So you can continue and just kind of slide through. And so here we are. So I've shared Michelle Schaefer, founder and CEO. She has 18 years of experience and success, multiple 7-figure earner. She has 2 books. I've read both. I love them so much. And she's a biblical leadership expert. Molly Trotter is our co-founder, who Angeline mentioned. She works very heavy with our field. And so director of field development, she's our growth strategist and on-camera confidence coach. She used to also be a news anchor and just has a deep heart for the Lord. And she's the one that gets me inspired every morning, because I see her waking up at 4 a.m., getting on her routine and works out, but like spending time, she spends such a great amount of time with the Lord in the mornings. And I just get so inspired by her. And Ferris is amazing. Everything you see from GPA and the marketing all comes from her. And Thais is our director of public relations. So she works a lot with partnerships in the community. Her and Michelle also founded our Leave It Better Foundation, which is our non-for-profit organization where we are helping women and small business owners continue to grow their business through having sponsors from them. So as we move forward, I'm trying to remember even what the next, so you can keep going for me. Some of you guys might be wondering, like, is this even going to be for me? And so maybe some of these things may resonate with you. Maybe you are someone who's really busy. You're someone that you have felt like you definitely want direction, or you would love to have mentorship or coaching. Maybe you know exactly what you're called to do. Like I was in a season where there was a time where I was like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with my life. And then I felt like God was revealing that to me. And so now it was like, okay, now I need help. And I wanted that coaching. And then, or the problem sometimes is like, we don't have the resources or the tools. Maybe we're lacking that community or that encouragement. I know I was also someone that always just felt like I was kind of the oddball. Like I couldn't always be 100% all of me. I have all these different networks or communities or things I'm involved in, but it was like, I didn't always completely fit in and couldn't be completely all that I felt like, which for me has been like God in business. And so that's one of the things I really loved about this community, and also being someone that just truly wants to just grow so much in their faith and having the opportunity to do that here. So if you might need guidance from experts, new opportunities. I know so many doors have opened for me since being able to come here. And I've seen that happen with a lot of ladies because of the tools, the skills that they're learning. And a big problem we see in the industry is that a lot of things are too expensive, or it takes too much time, or it's out of alignment with our beliefs. And I've experienced all of those. And so that's why we're excited here. And you can just continue to move forward, Angelina, is that we want to offer that personal and professional development. Is that when you come here, you are actually going to be able to receive really resources from all different experts and like women in the kingdom. So we say they're women from good fruit. We've vetted them. We know their hearts for the Lord. And so we know that the resources, you can know that they've all been vetted so that you know that they can be in alignment. And so, but what's really neat, where we say there's no competition in the kingdom, we're getting to bring courses and programs and resources to the women inside of Girl Power Alliance from all different areas, whether it's health and nutrition, whether it's on marriage, whether it's on finances, whether it's on leadership, whether it's on entrepreneurship, whether it's on studying God's word, so many incredible things. And so that is going to be what you find here, is that personal, spiritual, professional development. You can keep going. And so, and I kind of just said that. Oh, the one thing that's important to know is that everything is self-paced inside, except for one thing, which I'm going to tell you and show you what it is in a minute. But everything is self-paced. We kind of like to call it the Netflix for Christian women, because you can come in, it's on demand. You can choose where you want to, what is the area that you want to grow. And that's why I tell women, like, engage here. Where do you want to grow? And you can find the course there. You're going to find massive leadership development. We have live coaching calls also that you can plug into, up to 3 group coaching calls every month, and live different trainings. And then we also provide a massive support through our ambassador and our member communities as well. So you'll also have that accountability. And you can go to the next one. So what we have are, we have 2 memberships. We have a basic membership and we have a VIP membership for those who want to get here. So we do have our Facebook community as well. And then so if people want to upgrade and actually become a member, then they can do here. And so what you'll have is you'll have over around 100 plus on-demand trainings, like I was mentioning. And some of these are highlighted here: growing your faith, sharing your faith, vision and goal setting is a huge one. That I think you would love if you're feeling like you're not exactly sure and getting that, you want to get that clarity. We have network marketing, kingdom finance as well, as one of my favorite courses as well. Knowledge-based business. So if you're someone who's felt called into coaching or creating your own courses or things like that, that is going to be one that you really will love and can help you get organized and get moving in that. And so then you can go to the next one. And that will share more of our VIP membership. So the VIP membership, you're going to actually have access to 2 or 3. So I mentioned there's up to 3. In the basic, you get 2 group coaching calls. Can you guys hear me now? The other Zoom cut out on me. So you're going to have access to 3 group coaching calls here. And you are going to also get access to the VIP is going to also have access to the Radiant Leadership Academy. And Radiant Leadership Academy, being 1 intimate, so we'll go fast. Radiant Leadership Academy is our academy where you're going to get 16 weeks of mentorship. And you're going to get to meet, this is our one that we get to meet in person for you ladies. And so when you're in Radiant Leadership, you're going to go through every week. You meet for 1 hour via Zoom and right now it's with Michelle Schaefer, which is amazing. She has created this. And then you'll have a really amazing workbook that you're going to get to be mailed to you. And you will also get an accountability partner. And so this is our signature program. This is one of the most, I guess, popular, definitely what most women are coming in and getting started with, or at least upgrading to go through. And we have our last course of that, or class for that, actually starting this month. And so I actually talked to Michelle before this because the cutoff day was yesterday. And I said, well, there might be women who want to join. Like, are they able to if they decide? And so she said that we definitely can. And so anybody who wants to get started with Radiant Leadership Academy, you would just need to tell Angeline so we can make sure that we get you registered. She's going to extend that for you all. But that is a biblical leadership course and program, and it will cover areas. And I don't know if you can still screen share or not, if it's on the next slides, I believe. But that is going to cover areas from your relationships, your finances, your marriage, your health, and communication and leadership. It's incredible, all the things that you will be able to get from this. It is truly a life-changing program and will transform you from the inside out. We say it's inside out leadership, and it will help you grow in all areas of your life. And so I have actually Eleni, I asked her if she would mind sharing, because I went through one time last year, and then I'm now going through for my second time. I'd love Eleni just to share for a moment what you have gotten out of it, and just kind of your experience of being part of GPA overall.
Well, thank you so much. I'm actually really thrilled to be here. I get so excited talking about it. People have to actually slow me down and go, wait, what? You're so excited. Wait a minute. Explain it again. I absolutely love it. I love everything about it. I love the community. I love being around the other women. I basically had to start from scratch, from the ashes, very recently in the last couple of years. And as I did so, God gave me this vision for a passion he put in my heart many, many years ago, a few decades ago, actually, to empower other women and to encourage us and teach us all to draw closer to God and teach us about our identity. And that was what got me through some very difficult times, was knowing that I'm a daughter of God. And when I saw there's no competition in the kingdom, and I saw that there was a leadership academy, I was totally in. I love the idea of having courses that are being generated by other powerful leaders in our community of women that I can share with other women in my community. And so I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I was a teacher for over 20 years. I spent days upon days and sleepless nights putting together unit plans and lesson plans and tests and quizzes and worksheets. And so for me, I know how many hours go into these things. So I appreciate every woman out there that's in the group as a leader who's contributing. Thank you so much, because you are, in your own special way, sharing the same message that I'm sharing, but I believe it reinforces it when all of us are sharing the same thing. God's heart full of love and an identity where we can speak strength, power, and wisdom. And that's what it's done for me. And I was super excited because even though it was a leap of faith financially, it's super affordable as well. And not only that, because I've looked at other leadership courses, and they're exorbitantly expensive, and they're based on some expert's experience versus an accredited course of godly women. And we are stronger together. So I love that about a Girl Power Alliance. I love that about all the women in there. I've met women that I do believe are going to be lifelong friends. I love you ladies. I can't say enough good things. I hope I was clear enough, because I get so excited about it. So I've said something recently. I said to some friends, at the end of my days, or the end of your days, when you look back on your life, I don't want to have regrets and feel like I could have made a difference, but I didn't. I was afraid to, or I didn't have the right tools, or I didn't know how to impart them. Well, with Girl Power Alliance, everything's right there, ladies. It's an opportunity to grow, and it's also an opportunity to share God's love and strength to other women who may be lost or hopeless or being told they're worthless. But my message is, you're worth it, you're worthy, you're loved. And I can't say anything more than that. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Yeah. Yeah. So with that, and as we're closing our time, that's really what we wanted to just share: the heart and the vision and the mission behind GPA, what we're doing here. There's so many ways for women to get involved, whether it's through the membership, course creators. We invite coaches to come and do guest coaching and things like that, and also power partners. So I don't know you ladies who are all watching this, but if you resonate with any of this, definitely get back with Angeline and let her know that you definitely want to be a part of this, or you'd love to learn more. And again, if you want to be a part of Radiant Leadership Academy, you guys get a special basically in for this. If you are able to, when you create your account and you join by Thursday, you can get it. Now, the 2 different memberships, the basic membership is just $79 monthly. And then when you do VIP, that gives you access to everything that we have inside of Girl Power Alliance, plus all of the Radiant Leadership Academy. So Radiant Leadership Academy outside as a standalone program, it's a $3,500 program. But when you become a VIP member, you actually get it for $399 one-time payment and then $149 monthly. And if the ambassador opportunity, we do have an ambassador opportunity here where women can come and you can also get paid to grow and you can get paid to learn. And so we can help you actually earn your investment back and get your membership free, and then even step into that being able to create that residual income. So if that is something that also inspires you or that resonates and you want to learn more about that, again, just get back with Angeline because she can connect you with myself or with Dawn or Elaine. We can help answer those questions, but be sure to drop RLA in here if that's something you want to get started with, or make sure you have all the details for, or just drop GPA if you're like, yes, I'm ready to go, I want to be a part of GPA, or I'd love to learn more, and we can just have a conversation outside of the Zoom. But Angeline wanted to make sure that you ladies in her group and those that are in her circle, kind of closer circle, were one of the first people to get to know, because we just had our official launch this past weekend in Dallas. And so we are just so in awe of what God has been doing here and the movement that has been created because of the obedience of so many women. And we just want to continue to invite more and more women here to link arms, to grow together, to learn, to rise to your purpose and really step into what God's calling you to and be equipped for that. And so we invite you to come and learn more. We invite you to come and say yes if you're ready today and be bold. And it does have a 30-day money back guarantee. So there's really literally nothing to lose at all. And we always said, worst case scenario, you grow stronger in your faith and gain an incredible community of friends. Best case scenario, you're doing that and, achieving what, that higher purpose and just stepping into that next level. So we thank you guys for hopping on. Angeline, anything else you want to say as we close out?
Yes, absolutely. I want to thank everyone who took the time to come tonight. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation, Natalie. Eleni, your testimony is amazing. Very, very powerful. And I want to thank all of you who came tonight. So I feel very blessed. Thank you, Dawn. See, Dawn is always showing up. She was member of the year, in fact.
She was.
She's on the road to go visit, her sister. So, lots of prayers to her sister. And thank you all for coming. And for those of you who were invited tonight, get back to the person who invited you tonight to this live launch event. And if I invited you, obviously reach out to me and we will help you get started. Okay.
All right. Bye, ladies. Thank you so much.
Bye, ladies. Have a great night. Thank you.